Spring. In this session we are going to see dependency injection. So it's been classified into two. One is constructor based and the other one is setter based. So we are going to see constructor based dependency injection. In an application, n number of classes may exist, so we need to glue all these classes. Simultaneously we need to keep them independently. So in this scenario we can make use of this dependency injection. In a Java application we may have n number of Java classes, so we want these classes we want to keep these we want to glue these classes. Simultaneously we want to keep these classes independently. So in this case we can make use of this dependency injection. So dependency injection is used to glue the n number of classes as well as to keep these classes independently. Alright, so that's the purpose of dependency injection. So dependency injection, it's been classified into two. One is constructor based dependency injection and the other one is setter based dependency injection. So here in this session we are going to see constructor based dependency injection. Right, so for this I just create a project, file, click new. I just give the name of the project DI, right, and click on finish. Now you can see the project is created. Right click on the project and we need to add the jar files. So these stuff I have explained in the previous sessions. So click on right click on the project, build path, configure build path, and click on class path, add external jar, one jar file, common logging. I just select, already I have downloaded. I said we need to add few more Spring files. Now I have added, click on apply and close. Now then we need to create three Java classes. Click on SRC, I click on SRC and then create class. One is main app. So this main app Java class should have the public static void main method. So I just check the checkbox public static void main. Click on finish. Okay. So here what I do, I just delete. Okay, and click on SRC and then we need to create a package. So package, let me give a name, com.demo. So package is created, com.demo. Right click on the package and create the Java classes. The first Java class, main app. I just create the main app Java class which should have public static void main method. So I select the checkbox public static void main and click on finish. Now I am gonna create one more Java class, two more Java class. So the other Java class name is, I give it text editor. Okay, and I click on finish. So text editor Java class is created, and one more class, Java class. Right click on the com demo package and then new class, and here you give the name of the class. I give spell checker. Okay. So this the concept is in an application text editor component is text editor component exists, and for this component spell checker is a requirement, right? So, and one more, and then we need to create click on src and then right click on it. You need to create the beans.xml file, configuration file. Click on new other, and then xml file, and then next. Okay, here I give beans.xml file. Now it's created. You can see we need some more code snippet, so I just added, right? That's it. So beans.xml file is created. Now here text editor. So already I have as I said, what is dependency? I mean we need to glue the few classes, n number of classes. Simultaneously we need to keep them independent. Alright, so here we do have two Java class. One is text editor and the other one is spell checker. So we want these two class, we want to glue these two classes, as well as we want to keep them independently. Alright, that is spell checker is dependent on text editor. Alright, so if you don't use dependency injection, text editor may need to worry about the spell checker implementation. So when we make use of the dependency injection, text editor class doesn't need to bother about, or doesn't need to worry about the spell checker implementation. That will happen when the text editor class is instantiated. Alright, so now let's see how do we implement that. So already you see text editor class. Here you can see the text editor constructor, right? So in this text editor constructor, so first in this text editor we just create, there is one more class spell checker. For this we create a reference object. So spell checker, and then for this reference object is sc. Alright, so we created two Java classes, three Java classes. One is main app, the other one is, the two classes are text editor and spell checker. Spell checker is dependent on the text editor. So in the text editor we create the reference object for the spell checker class. Okay, now what I do in the text editor constructor, I just pass in the spell checker object, right? And here that whatever the spell checker object that's been passed as an argument, that should be initialized within the text editor constructor. So here what I do, this refer to the current object, this dot sc. You can see sc equal to, this is the argument, this is the object that's been passed as the argument. Alright, so that should be spell checker, that is initialized. So now the spell checker is initialized. Alright, so this is the spell checker object sc. So this dot sc equal to spell checker object that's been passed as an argument, that's been initialized here. Alright, so and then I just I would like to display a text in the console. Alright, so for this I just give a text within the system.out.println to save time. Already I have I do have, and I just copy it here, right? Paste it here. System.out.println text editor constructor. This text would be displayed in the console. Alright, and then what I do, this text editor will call the it does have one more method called public void check spelling, right? Check spelling. Within this, what I do, I just print a text. Already I keyed in all this text, so I just copy and paste it. So here what it displays, text editor spell check. Okay. Alright, so I give the name as spell check. That's it. So this text editor, we just in the constructor we initialize the dependent class spell checker object, right, through the constructor. So that's the reason we call that. Actually, this is what the dependency injection happens. All right. So here this dependent class spell checker is initialized using the constructor. So we call this dependency injection as constructor based dependency injections. Okay. So and then what we do have one more method, spell check. Here we call the we just print the text. Okay. And we need one more, we need to call, already we have created a spell checker object, that is sc. We need to call the method, I mean sc dot, we have yet to define the method, so it will not display the method. So let's define the method, and then we will come back to here, right? We will come back here and call the spell checker method. Here what I do, now we are in the spell checker class, the constructor is here, right? In this we need to give a text. So this text will be displayed as the output in the console when the spell checker object is instantiated. So that is spell checker constructor, right? And then so here we do have one more method, it is check spelling public void check spelling, right? Inside this we give the spell checker check spelling method, that's it. Okay. So in this spell checker, this is a dependent class, so it does have the constructor. The constructor, we just print a message spell checker constructor, right? And then it does have one more method, check spelling, and this method will print a text spell checker check spelling. All right, we need to call this check spelling from the text editor. All right, so what we do, spell checker object is sc. So here what we do, sc, and then dot. When you key in the dot, you can see the check spelling method which exists in the here in the spell checker. You can see the check spelling. So this check spelling method is called from the text editor class using the spell checker object. So here spell checker object, and then key in dot, you can see the check spelling. Alright, so that's a method in the spell checker class. So we are now that's with the spell checker method, text editor and spell checker method. Alright, so and then we move on to, so let me give a, so yeah, and then we move on to main app. Okay, here what we do, so we need to import the interface application context, as well as we need to import the class path XML application context, which which resides in the org.spring framework context support in support package. The class path XML application context resides, and application context, it resides in the org.spring framework context. In that package it resides. Let me create and then normally we create the application context, right? So those stuff we need to do. So as I said, I have imported both the interface and the application class. Both the interface, I have imported the interface and classes, and then I have created the application context. Okay, we need to pass in the configuration file, which is named as the beans.xml. Okay, and then what I do, I'm going to create the object for the text editor. Text editor obj equal new, sorry, for casting we just give the within the bracket text editor. Okay, and then what I do, I make use of the application context object, which is nothing but context. Here you can see the context. Okay, and then I key in the dot, you can see getBean. So getBean, call the getBean method and pass in the string variable, which is nothing but the bean ID. We have yet to define the bean. Once we define the bean, we can give the bean ID here. All right, and then what we do, obj, the text editor object, use the text editor object dot, key in the dot, and you can see few methods. All right, so we need text editor does have one method named spell check. So we just call the spell check method. Okay, that's it. So then we move on to beans.xml. Here we need to define both the bean, that is text editor, as well as the spell checker bean. So for first text editor, so bean ID and then the class attribute. Okay, so in the class, this text editor resides in the com.demo text editor. Okay, and for this object is assigned in the ID attribute, which is text, sorry, txt. Okay, and this text editor does have one reference variable, spell checker, one reference variable. It does have the one object as a variable. So if it is an object, if it is a normal variable, any bean which does have normal variable, then it can be defined using the property tag. If it is an object, then we need to make use of the constructor. All right, so constructor here you give the constructor arg, give the ref. Ref is the attribute name. So ref is the attribute name. Here we need to pass in the object reference type. So go to text editor. Here you can see the text editor class. Here you do have one spell checker reference object sc, right? So we need to give this in the beans.xml. So here you SC. Okay. And the reference object reference object variable, text editor does have the object reference object variable that is named SC, that's been given in the ref attribute of the constructor arg tag. All right. So and then we are going to define one more bean, which is spell checker. So for this, what you do, two attributes, one is ID and the other is class name, class attribute. So class within the class attribute, give the class name, which resides in the com.demo.spell checker. Here for this spell checker, object is assigned in the ID attribute. Object is, go to the spell checker, text editor, already you have given SC, right? So I can give SC. That's it. So we have defined text editor bean as and then spell checker bean. All right. And within the text editor, that spell checker reference variable SC is defined. All right. So this SC is initialized in the text editor constructor. All right. Right now that's it. So we are now I'm going to run this application. All right. So you can see initially what you would see, the control comes here, and it, so we need to give in the main app, we have yet to give this. In the main app we need to give the bean name, text editor. So we just call the bean, we access the bean using the get bean method. So to access the bean we need to give the ID of the bean, so which is txt, right? So you can see here, text editor, and then for this ID is txt. So give it in the main app, ID is txt. Okay, so that's it. I just run this. Now we got the output in the console, so you can check the output. So first is spell checker constructor. Okay, first is spell checker constructor, and then text editor constructor, and then text editor spell check, and then spell checker check spelling. So let me explain. First is spell checker constructor. Okay, so what happened? Application contest, control comes, container calls the main app. Okay, and then it application contest, it's been created. Okay, and then text editor, container go through the beans.xml file when the application is instantiated. All right, so it go through the beans.xml file. So when it goes through the beans.xml file, it creates two beans. One is text editor and then the spell checker. So okay, so now class main app is I mean now the control comes here, text editor. So I mean initially it comes, control comes to the main app, and then it comes here, application context is created. When the application context is created, beans.xml file is passed as argument. So the container reads all the, go through the beans.xml file, and it creates a text editor bean as well as the spell checker bean. All right, and then it control comes to the this line. Okay, text editor. Here what we do, we create an object for the text editor. Here what happened, text editor object is created, and we assign this object with the text editor bean. Okay, I mean how do we access the bean? Using the application context object dot get bean method. So within the get bean method we need to pass the bean id, so which is here you can see the text editor, and for this bean id is txt. So that's been passed in the text editor. Here we pass in the context dot get bean txt dot txt. All right, so once the text editor object is created, and it does have access to the text editor bean. Okay, so and then what we do, text editor does have you can see the text editor class, it does have one method, spell check. So this spell check is called using the text editor object. Okay, obj dot spell check. Okay, so okay, so now first spell checker constructor is printed, right? So how the spell checker constructor is printed, you can see the text editor is initialized when the bean file is read by the container. So when the text editor is initialized, the spell checker object is passed, and then sc spell checker object is created. All right, and that's been passed as a, so when the spell checker is created, spell checker constructor is called. So spell checker constructor, within that we do have one message, text spell checker constructor. So that's the reason you can see spell checker constructor. Okay, and then move on to text editor. Here you can see spell checker is object is passed as argument, and spell checker is assigned as in the spell checker reference object sc, and then a text is printed on the console, text editor constructor. That's the reason you can see text editor constructor. Okay, and then text editor spell check. So here what happened, in main app we create the text editor object, and then we call the text editor spell check method. So when the spell check method is called, text editor spell check is printed on the console. So that's the reason you can see text editor spell check here. Okay, and then we do call the check spelling method of the spell checker class using the spell checker reference of spell checker object sc. So spell checker check spelling method does have a text message, spell checker check spelling method. So that's the reason you can see spell checker check spelling method here. All right, that's it. So in this in this spell checker, I mean the text editor class, spell checker class is dependent on the text editor class. Text editor class doesn't need to worry about the spell checker implementation, instantiation and implementation, because it's been taken care by the Spring application using the beans.xml file. All right, so we have seen in this session what is dependency injection, and I mean, it's been classified into two types. One is constructor based dependency injection and the setter based dependency injections. So in this session we have seen constructor based dependency injections. All right, so I believe you get to know what is dependency injection and how to do constructor based dependency injection from this session. Thanks for watching. Bye.